Hello everyone, welcome to all the viewers of The Legal Game. This is Kushagra Goel from this side, and we finally bring you one of the most anticipated series of our YouTube channel, which is the Hindu Newspaper Explainer series. All of you do know that how important newspaper and current affairs that you acquire from reading the newspaper plays in terms of your preparation for the CLAT examination. It is the key aspect. Why? Because current affairs and primarily legal GK hold up to 30% of weightage in your CLAT examination. So if you want to ensure success in the examination, you need information that is reliable, the one that you can trust, and the one that stays with you. A lot of students read these various news apps, but the information that these apps provide is basically from these reliable newspapers. So when you want to become the best, you don't want to receive information secondhand. You should acquire it at the first go. And when you have resources available to acquire it for free, then you should avail it through the medium of The Legal Game. Every day at this hour, we will bring you the newspaper analysis. And you all know the success of the series last year on a different YouTube channel, where 90% of the questions in CLAT 2021 came from the newspaper. If you scan through February 11, February 12 newspaper, you will see 10 marks of direct GK questions came from 2 days of newspaper reading. 10 marks from 2 days of newspaper. And that is what this gives you. Every day, 1 hour of this is going to ensure 30% marks in the CLAT examination. Imagine you have rest of your 23 hours per day to prepare for the other 70%, right? So this is one of the best method to acquire success. And what all will we be doing every day? So every day in the newspaper analysis, I will be providing you what the newspaper is about. We will be going through the important content of it, and then we will come up with what all facts we need to know. What are the headings under which we need to note down this information, and then take your doubts. Every day you can, whenever you watch the newspaper analysis at your comfort, you don't even have to watch it live with me. You can put your doubts in the comment section. Every day at the first 10 minutes, we'll be taking those doubts. And every day at the last 10 minutes, we'll be picking up certain potential questions. We'll be dealing with certain test questions also, so that you sharpen your mind, so that you know how to look at newspaper readings from an exam point of view. So at the first go, we have already done through 2 process of videos regarding the newspaper analysis, which I had been talking about. The one was the walkthrough of the newspaper, articles that you had to read, articles that you have to follow. And the second is reading and understanding and how to make notes out of that information. So on the screen, I will be providing the information, and then we'll be picking up, and I expect you all to take down those notes, because the notes are your way of revision, right? You cannot at the end of the day go and watch all the videos again. What you can do is pick up the timestamps from the videos and then analyze and go back and watch certain aspects once again. But still, you rely on your notes for the information that we have, right? For this 1 month, we'll be using a 1 hour cycle, all right, for the newspaper analysis. But then we'll shorten it so that in 45 minutes. Right? Why will we shorten it eventually? Because once you are on board with the process of reading, right now for this entire month of October, I'll be reading along these articles, pinpointing certain important things. But as you speed up with the process, as you are more aware with the timings, as you gain the requisite knowledge base, you will not need this extra assistance. So we can streamline the process of newspaper reading, so that the rest of the time that you have, you can do it on your own and get your doubts more streamlined. As we'll get closer to the examination also, there will be a need to become more and more tailored towards your preparation, right? So thus, and eventually once we reach a month before the examination, we'll not be needing or acquiring more information. We'll just be fine tuning the information that we already possess, right? So this is the pattern that we'll be following, right? I'll be picking up the important news for you all on the newspaper, reading along these highlights, and then telling you what to do with what, right? So let's dive into today's newspaper, which is October 22nd. October 22nd is an important day for us, right? Because on this day, yesterday, India crossed 100 crore doses of COVID vaccine. The headline, and at the time of you all reading this, you all must have gone through or the statement that our Prime Minister has made, where he has highlighted and congratulated the nation for the success of 100 doses of COVID-19 vaccines, right? But the task is still not done. Why? So what all is the information that we need to know from this? So first things first, let's pick up a different color, right? So what do we need to know about it? The first is the platform through which we have got the COVID vaccines. So I'm sure some of you would have got the COVID vaccines through the CoWIN portal, right? So the first thing to be noted down or notes has to be made about is the CoWIN portal, the portal through which COVID vaccines have been provided, right? So it's the CoWIN portal. That's the first thing to be noted down. Then the next aspect are the two vaccines that have been part of our COVID-19. So the first vaccine that we approved was the Covishield. I'm sure most of your parents would have got this. I have also got this vaccine only, right? The Covishield vaccine by whom? Serum Institute of India. So that is the first, that is the second fact that has to be noted down. Then is Covaxin. Covaxin is primarily India based. It is in totality by India. Okay. It is being made by Bharat Biotech. So that is the next fact. All of this is in relation to the probable questions we can get about COVID vaccines. So Bharat Biotech along with ICMR, Indian Council for Medical Research, they collaborated for creation of Covaxin. Then we also approved a third vaccine later on, which was the Sputnik vaccine, right? Sputnik 5, right? So this is the second fact that we need to know about COVID-19 vaccines, because we have crossed this. But as our Prime Minister stated, the task is still not done, right? The next part regarding this that we have to note is about the coronavirus itself and what lies ahead. So first, we have acquired the methodology through which vaccines were administered. Then what were the vaccines that have been administered in the country, right? And then we need to know about coronavirus itself. So I'm sure a lot of you already know it's a zoonotic virus. It's transmissible, that is, it can transfer from one person to person, and it leads to a shortage of immunity in our body. It overdose of immunity reaction, which causes organ failure, which leads to death of individuals, right? So in terms of that, our COVID vaccine program has changed over time. When was it launched? And what are the other facts related to it? Okay. So some other facts that you need to note down regarding this is the vaccine Maitri program, right? Export of COVID vaccines that we'll be doing. So that is vaccine India has now restarted this program. Okay, so vaccine Maitri, but there is an international obligation also to supply vaccines, which is under COVAX initiative, right? So those are the other things. Now today, because it's the first day, what I'm doing right now is I am telling you that, see, this is the information that you need to note down with regards to each headline. Once today, what I'll be doing is I'll be just putting out those things, right? And from tomorrow onwards, once a lot of you are on board with the process, because I'm sure a lot of you are not reading it regularly, a lot of you read it a little differently. So once we are all on board with the same process, we'll be streamlining it in the sense that then I will be putting down the information for all of you, right? We'll be doing a in-depth analysis of it to understand what all we need to note about these things, right? So moving on now, once we have done with this headline, on the left hand side is the other big news that has been carrying on for a year. This is partly national, partly economic related news, economic policy related news for us, which is the farm bills. And it also has some basis in legal GK. Okay, constitution. In ALET and some other exams, you get a lot of questions from constitution also. CLAT hasn't had that many questions from constitution of late, right? But we got one passage from constitution this year also in GK. So you can expect it to continue, this trend to continue, that at least one of them will come. So what is the thing? All of this. So Supreme Court is hearing a petition filed by a lady that road that have been blocked to the entry and exit of Delhi, where the farmers are protesting, they should be opened up, right? So what is this about? What is the right that she is talking about? It is Article 19 of our Constitution, which is 6 freedoms that have been given to us. 6 of them, right? Here the farmers are stating their right to protest, okay, and the Supreme Court has also recognized it. At the same time, the lady who has filed the petition against the sit-in has claimed the right to freedom of navigation. The fact that roads have been blocked, navigation is being restricted. मतलब आन जान की व्यवस्था का राइट जो आपका है टू मूव फ्रीली इन द कंट्री, देश में कहीं भी आने जाने की सुविधा आपको है, वो राइट आपका लिया गया. ओके, सो दिस इज द अदर freedom. It's a clash of two constitutional rights within which the Supreme Court will decide. So what is the other thing that you have to note down? The moment Supreme Court is mentioned, right? What you have to see? You have to see or know about the constitutional freedom that is there, and why is the Supreme Court hearing it, or under what article is the court hearing such matters. Okay, so those provisions also you need to know about. So here it is Article 32 of the Constitution, right? Right to constitutional remedy. So when a right is being violated against the state or of an individual, they can go to the court, the constitutional courts of India. So we have two sets of courts, High Courts and Supreme Court, Uch Nyayalaya or Mukhya Nyayalaya, right? So they are the ones that determine the rights in terms of this. For High Courts, the article is 226. You all know a lot of questions come in the examination related to these two articles. So whenever you are reading the newspaper, you have to mark out these things, okay? You need to know the facts and then note what is to be noted down from here, right? So we move on, all right? Now here, because we have limited space on the screen, so I am erasing stuff, but eventually I expect you all to keep this in mind, okay? मैं चाहता हूं कि आप ये सब चीजें नोट रखिए, okay? So then is the other big thing that is also being done or happening in the world beginning today. It is the Conference of Parties that is happening. This year's Conference of Parties is happening in Glasgow, right, in United Kingdom, and Prime Minister Modi has also confirmed he will be attending it. Okay, this is related to climate change, right? So what do we need to note down first is what is happening. So the Prime Minister will be attending the Climate Change Conference of Parties, which is the 26th of them. Where is it happening? Glasgow. What does it relate to? He will probably announce India's advanced NDC. मतलब कितना contribution India will do to nationally determined contribution. Okay, this is NDC, India's climate goals. What will be India doing to limit climate change to 1.5 degree Celsius? Okay, this is the aim of the world, and India today cumulatively stands as the third largest carbon emitter of the world. Our per person carbon emission is much less than the other countries, but in accumulation our overall carbon emission is much higher. Okay, so this is what the meeting is about. The Prime Minister will also be doing two other things, right? So what is noted here? Beyond this, he will be making a European Green Deal in relation with International Solar Alliance. International Solar Alliance is something our Prime Minister along with the French President had announced in 2016. Okay, this is the second thing. He will also be attending the G20 summit in Rome on October 30 and 31. So we'll be studying about that on that particular day. Okay, then who is the president of the Conference of Parties this year? The one who is hosting everyone around. Even though United Kingdom is the host, the conference is being headed by under the presidency of Alok Sharma, right? An Indian immigrant. All right, so that is the other fact that you need to note down. Now, what has India under its NDC confirmed? We will have or install 450 gigawatts of renewable energy by 2030. So this is what are the facts within this, right? The other expected announcement is One Solar One World Grid Initiative. क्या होती है grid? What are electrical grids? Electrical grid is a place जहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बनती है, फिर स्टोर होती है, और उसके बाद वो कहाँ पे रहती है. तो दैट मीन टाइम वेयर द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इज बीइंग स्टोर्ड और बीइंग ट्रांसमिटेड टू, जिन जगहों पे वो पहुंच रही है, दैट इज नोन एज द electricity grid. Now the world wants that we should have one solar grid, because right now we have on the source of solar energy is the sun, which is common to everyone. So the electricity produced to it should also be common. Let's say when India has night but some other country has day by that time, right? For example, in Middle Eastern countries, sun will go down later. Their requirement for electricity is low right now, right? And eventually it will rise. By the time we will not be producing, but we would need more. So this transmission, this balance to create the most efficient use of the solar energy, because energy storage cannot be done in batteries. That would take a lot of time, that will take a lot of resources. What you can do is transmit it to those who need. जैसे कि अभी I am reading the newspaper when you have physical newspaper. So let's say I read it at 6 a.m. in the morning today. Now you need to read the newspaper in the evening, right? Once I've read the newspaper, I don't need it anymore. Similarly, so that would be an efficient use of the newspaper because it's not lying or going to waste. This is exactly what they want to do with this one world electricity grid also. one solar grid, that if we don't need it but we have excess energy, we'll transfer there. When we need it and they are producing excess, we'll get it here. So this is how countries want to have a more efficient mechanism of renewable energy. So the other thing that we need to know, sources of renewable energy, sources of non-renewable energy. Renewable energy, the one that does not expire. Nuclear energy is also a renewable or a less carbon emitting. It's a clean energy, right? Nuclear energy is also clean energy. So this is the other heading that we need to note. On the side, the Supreme Court is also hearing a petition related to EWS quota, economically weaker sections quota, that has been introduced in 2019. That quota was introduced using article or amendment to Article 16. I'll just write it somewhere else, okay, because it's not visible to you all. And unilaterally in the country, the limit was set at 8 lakh rupees. मतलब अगर किसी के पास 8 लाख तक की संपत्ति नहीं है, तो then those people who are in the general category are also eligible for the EWS quota. Now the court has stated that, see, what is the criteria that you came up at? 8 lakhs is the one that should be the criteria. Did you do any research? Because every time reservation is to be extended to any community, this has been accepted in two important cases. First, the Indira Sahani case, and second, the A. Nagaraj case. Okay, and recently in 2019 in promotion cases also. Promotion, reservation and promotion. Every time you want to extend the benefit of reservation, you have to come up with a detailed reason as to why it is you are doing it, because reservation is an affirmative action. It treats unequals unequally, right? And when there are people who are disadvantaged, to put them on a level playing field. But अगर you do not establish that you are creating, आप एक समतल ground create कर रहे हैं, जैसे कि how do you determine कि this pen is good? You see, you use it, you see whether it works. Is it efficient enough for you or not, right? All those things determine. Similarly, अगर reservation की limit 8 लाख है, तो वो क्यों है? क्या 8.5 लाख वाला पुअर नहीं होता? How do you leave out those people, right? So इस वजह से you need to have a reason, sound reason to enable any right. Okay, so this is the other aspect. You need to know about Article 16. So if you get a question, which under what article is the EWS quota provided, Article 16 is the answer. All right, this is being challenged in the Supreme Court, so we need to wait for their decision now. Okay, now let's move on to the other news on the newspaper. Now the other news here, organized crime charges valid in Gauri's case. This is Gauri Lankesh murder, a very renowned journalist who was murdered outside her house. Then all these other news, all right, they are not relevant from our CLAT perspective, so we will skip them. Okay, इनका हमारे उससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है, so you will skip them. Similarly, all the news on this page also, it's city specific. I had told you yesterday also, ये city edition to edition vary करेगा. इसके अंदर CLAT में we will only be asked national events. Okay, so we don't have to focus on city news. Okay, then we move on. Again, more state specific news, protest related to all this, protest by different political parties. not relevant for us. Okay, then here is a news that is more relevant for us. Okay, so I'll zoom into it, tell you what all to be noted down here. Okay, so first, UK India to conduct a joint military exercise. Okay, what is the name of the joint military exercise that is being conducted? That is the first question that you need to know. A joint military exercise is a military exercise regarding all three forces. Okay, Army, Navy, Air Force, all three are participating in it, right? Then one of the most prominent things that is participating from UK side is their new aircraft carrier HMS Queen Elizabeth. Why is it special or why is it a new thing? Because for the first time a aircraft carrier made essentially for fifth generation aircrafts. Right now, for example, we have Rafale aircraft, the most recent acquisition. Rafale is a 4.5 generation. Okay, because it lacks stealth mode. Stealth, that it can go off the radar, it can fly off the radar, it will not be figured out. No one can catch it. A aircraft carrier capable of solely or created solely for fifth generation aircraft, India does not have one right now, but Britain have one, and that is participating in what military exercise? Konkan Shakti. All right, it is to increase the interoperability between India and UK forces, right? Let's say, so the answer to it, common protocols are needed so that Indian ships can replenish from British ships and vice versa. इसका क्या मतलब है कि मान लीजिए हमें अगर यूके की इंटेलिजेंस इन्फो की ज़रूरत है तो हम उनसे ले सकते हैं, उन्हें हमारी ज़रूरत है तो हम उन्हें प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. इस सब का क्या प्रोटोकॉल रहेगा, वो सब बातें यहाँ पे डिस्कस करी गई है. ऑलराइट, सो व्हाट ऑल वी नीड टू नो इज द नेम ऑफ द एक्सरसाइज, which is the country that is participating, why is it special. So if you get a question why the most recent joint military exercise between India and UK was considered an important milestone, why, and you get options because India and UK are old colonial foes. No, India and UK brought its HMS Elizabeth Queen, a sole fifth generation aircraft carrier. That is the reason, and to increase interoperability between the two forces. All right, now we move on to the other news. Right, so today in most of the editorials everywhere, the Prime Minister has written the editorial. The main editorial here is written by the Prime Minister of our country. So the heading is responding to adversity with achievement. What is the achievement? So the 100 crore doses of reached by October 21, 2021. We began on January 6th, 16th. Okay, Jan 16th was when we started, right? And we have completed 100 crore doses by this time. Under this, how many have we completed? 31% of our population is fully vaccinated by now, right? So this is what the Prime Minister is highlighting, right? He's talking about how Team India, that is all of us, have contributed to it. For example, his contribution is about all those people who have wholeheartedly trusted the Indian vaccines, right? The scale and the trust, the fact that 100 crore vaccines were given to people, right? Until and unless people trusted the vaccines would have lied waste, right? So first fact. Then he also pointed out about the infrastructure that was created. Okay, so the spirit of Jan Bhagidari. Okay, then he also remembered the Janta curfew. Apart from this, the equitable scheme. So there were no interest groups, no pressure groups that were created. The logistics. So the other major challenge of vaccines was logistics, क्योंकि the last mile delivery. COVID vaccines, both Covaxin and Covishield, and Sputnik. All of them had to be maintained at a 8 degrees Celsius temperature. If the vaccines go above this temperature, they would become useless, right? So to avoid vaccine wastage, we had to create this infrastructure. So he is pointing out that from here, we had created lakhs from a plant in Hyderabad or Pune. The vial is sent to a hub in state and transported to the district hub. Employment of thousands of trips by flights and trains, right? And how a universal temperature was maintained throughout it using 1 lakh cold chain equipments. So this is the scale of the participation that he's pointing out in terms of our vaccine achievement. Okay, so this is most of the crux of this editorial. It's primarily related to the vaccine achievement, so that's all that we need to know, right? Then on the left hand side, scripting history, India must not lose sight of the goal of vaccinating all eligible adults. So while only 30%, the goal right now is in 2 months to reach all. So we might have to double the rate, right? Because it has taken us 9 months to do 30%. In 2 months, we need to reach the rest 70. So that is the scale that we have to reach even now, right? So this is the second part, the other editorial that is pointing out. So while it is praiseworthy what we have done, the task is still not done, because until and unless everyone is fully vaccinated, no one is really safe. The virus is still mutating. It can recover better than us, right? It is still fighting. So we need to keep at it. All right. So this is the other part. So this is all that this editorial is talking about. We can't bask in glory. Important is to keep the bigger goal of vaccinating all adults by the year end, right? So this is, certain editorials are primarily focused on information of what is happening. Okay, unke andar na zyada, we don't have to waste too much time over them. All right, we need to ensure that we have only the necessary information, and that's about it. You see how through this way only we remain efficient in newspaper analysis. Okay, then on the second editorial is squaring off again in the Himalayan heights. This is about the Indo-China border dispute. Okay, that how the Chinese soldiers have not vacated the heights that they were supposed to by the time. Okay, that India right now still has a task ahead of us, which is the border dispute at Indo-China. We have an information for all of you this week. The link is given in the description box. I have already dealt with Indo-China border dispute in 3 special classes on the Learners app of Unacademy. So there you can find those links for your preparation. All the factual information that you need about this is in the description box. So you don't have to waste your time reading about it differently. All that information is given there. So please make sure you check out the description box and read that information. Okay. Then this editorial is talking about the challenges that lie ahead. So the first part is that what has been India's strategy till now? India till now, so China is a larger military power. Okay, it is also the country with a larger economic size. They are the aggressor. When someone is an aggressor, their strategy is to acquire something. The fact that you deny them the acquisition means a defeat for them. It does not mean you have to occupy their territory. This has been India's strategy until long, and we have successfully done it until what happened in 2020 when Chinese were able to ingress in our territory. But at the same time, this has led to challenges for the Chinese also. 2 of their generals, that is Generals Zhang Zudong and Zhu Xiaoling, okay, both of them have moved out of the theater command. Why? Because of the illness and the challenge that comes at working at high altitude and cold weather conditions, right? So this is the challenge, but an aggressive focus on India. Recently, so this part of the editorial then talks about what has China been doing recently. It has been pushing. So our Prime Minister last year had made a veiled remark, मतलब कटाक्ष किया था उन्होंने बिना चाइना का नाम लिए कि the age of aggressiveness is over, the age of expansionism is over. मतलब अब जो आपके पास बॉर्डर था आप बस वही रख सकते हैं. Alright, so this is the challenge that India is now trying to push away from. Okay, so here there is less facts to be noted down. Alright, then on the right hand side, impact of modernization. Here he's talking about how India is losing the race to China on terms of modernization, that we need right now almost 60 jet squadrons by 2020. Our number is way below that, right? It is primarily because of this. Indian Air Force has opened an order for 114 aircraft supply, right? And we want approximately 120 of LCA Tejas also in this decade. This is the challenge that we face right now. So 114 aircraft such as the Rafale, twin engine aircrafts, and then a light combat aircraft Tejas. This is what we need in the next 9 years to face the Chinese and Pakistanis together. This is the challenge. But because of shortage of funds, we are right now way below it. And if the scale of modernization does not improve, the editor says that if India and China have a war, we might have a war of two different generations. Okay, this had happened with us in 1962 also. In 1962, we were fighting with the weapons that we got at the end of World War I, while the Chinese were fighting with weapons of the mid 20th century, right? So almost 2 generations old weapons we had. Right now also we have generations old weapons. Okay, then second, it talks about how we have lost a lot of internal dispute has come up between in India itself, that there is a lot of internal turmoil and we are losing a lot of ground in our neighborhood also. So local Kashmiri youth picking up guns, which has opened a half front. When we are fighting terrorists in our own territory, that change increases our challenges. Then influx of religious minorities from Myanmar and Bangladesh, that is also a challenge for us. So this makes us strategically weaker. Okay, so we are strategically weaker and internally divided right now to fight two big armies of the world, right? Both Pakistan and China are nuclear states. So this is what is it. And so at max, it talks about how the PLA remains ensconced on Indian territory in Depsang, Hot Springs and Demchok. We have not had disengagement at these areas. This is still left to be resolved. Okay, and he talked about how the Chinese might be using the term that Indian Prime Minister had used, which is inch towards miles. धीरे धीरे थोड़ा थोड़ा towards your target. China might be doing it slowly and steadily. So we need to counter them, and a lot of challenges lie ahead of us. Then is the next thing of what had happened recently in Moscow. Yesterday we had the news of India attending a meeting of 10 other nations to talk about with Afghanistan. In this, countries offered humanitarian aid to Afghanistan economy, which is collapsing by almost 30%. By 30% their economy will fall. There is rampant hunger rising in the territory. There is a huge refugee influx that could be happening. This was also the first real meeting of India with Taliban on an international stage. Why? Because the Deputy Prime Minister of Taliban, Abdul Salam Hanafi, was also present. Okay, and India promised Afghanistan direct humanitarian aid. So this has been promised. India has not confirmed this, but this is the suggestion of it. Why is it important? So what this puts out is the news of Afghanistan as an important topic. right? I will be doing a detailed one entire hour of session on Afghanistan actually, which I will be doing from next week onwards. We'll be covering in a series of foreign affairs, what we know till now, so that to give you a quick recap of what has happened, because these are events that will be changing. Okay, so this is another important topic. You should note it down in your notes as foreign affairs and Afghanistan, or as a place in news. Okay, and in that add October 21 and a 10 nation meet. Okay, so this is what you should be adding. Then moving on is the next news related to privatization takeoff after Air India sale. Will privatization in India take off once we have done the sale of Air India? So this is the question they are discussing in Parley. In the newspaper sections, the previous video that I did yesterday, I told you how this Q&A section is one of the most important ones that you should read. Why? Because it tells us a little bit of history of the policy that is being undertaken, which is privatization. What is privatization? Privatization is selling the stake of the state or the government from and relinquishing the ownership of such industries or bodies to private players or private parties, right? So Air India has been sold off to the Tatas. Then this entire narration talks about two policies. All right, so the first big question here is that Prime Minister in 2014 had reiterated that the government has no business to be in business. Government is only for regulation. It should not be running any businesses. So this is the policy. How will that be achieved is what needs to be looked at, because right now the one big sale only that the government has been able to do is of Air India. Its plans to sell public sector firms such as BPCL, Shipping Corporation of India, Container Corporation of India, IDBI, and two other private banks, and the LIC itself. All of this is planned or was announced in this year's budget. Only 2 months are left before the new budget preparation is done. So the target of last year has not been completed. The target from 2014 has also not been completed. This Q&A is only discussing whether we'll be able to privatize. It is not talking about the benefits of privatization as a policy. Okay, so the only important facts that we are going to talk about is this much, right? Do give this area a read. All right, it's my humble request to all of you to read it ek baar pura. Jo bhi then you have doubts, pick up the terms from here and tell me. Okay, I will then address all of them. All right, kyunki this is a very new thing. I'm sure you will be reading it for the first time. A lot of facts from this is something you will be reading for the first time. Ek baar isko padhiye. Any questions you have, put it in the comment box today. I will answer them tomorrow. Okay, I will pick up these articles, pick up your doubts and answer them then and there, right? Don't skip it, because it's something about importance related to our economic policy. Then this is an article written by retired chief of CRPF. It talks about the Remembrance Day that we celebrate on October 21 as Police Commemoration Day. Why? Because a lot of policemen put down their lives in service. This year 377 personals have lost their life. So many died during COVID-19 duties. They are one of the frontline workers. Some of the police workers such as the CRPF, BSF, they guard the borders also, right? Or the airport, so they face a lot of threat. And this article talks about how they are denied pension right now. They do not get subsidized supplies or grocery items in canteens. So this is about their condition and how they remain a neglected lot. Their morale can go down, and thus we need to do something about it. Okay, the only fact from this article is the Police Commemoration Day as October 21. Now, this is a data point that the Hindu publishes every day. The last 7-day average of COVID-19 doses has been going down drastically in different states. So you can say almost every state has been performing poorly in terms of how many doses they have given in the past 1 week. Okay, this is 1 week average, and almost every state is in red zone. Right now, our pace needs to be 12.2 million doses per week. Okay, then we move on to the other national news, right? So 64 killed in Uttarakhand floods. This is IMD warning, right? Then nothing of note in that. Then there is a new system that has been introduced by the Supreme Court. Okay, it is known as the e-prison system. ई-प्रिजन सिस्टम का क्या मतलब है कि कोर्ट ने मान लीजिए ऑर्डर डाला 4 बजे कि किसी को बेल दे देनी चाहिए, ऑर्डर पहुंचता है 2 दिन बाद, तब तक that person is in jail. Now the jail authorities have been asked to use the e-prison system to grant people parole, furlough, premature release or bail, so that once the court orders, it happens immediately. This came in spotlight last year when an activist was granted bail, but for 2 days, just because the order had not reached the jail superintendent, that person was not being given bail. So this is a violation of prison rules. So the e-prison system is something that you need to note. Okay. Then moving on is the FATF or Financial Action Task Force grey list. So Pakistan has been on the grey list since 2019. This year, it has been joined by 3 other countries, and primary among them is Turkey. So I'll be zooming into this. What is FATF? FATF is a way to ensure that the financial system in your country, जैसे कि banking system, insurance, transaction system, is foolproof, that it is not used by terrorists. Okay, so here you need to note down Jordan, Mali and Turkey. If a country is blacklisted, they will not be able to receive foreign aid, foreign investment. So this is the reason. Grey listed countries already make, or is a way to tell the investors that, see, use this area properly. Okay, there is a chance that something can go wrong in these spaces. All right. Then we move on. Political news, not relevant for us. Right. None of this. Then is the news about government failed to measure scale of the hunger to tailor its responses. This is in relation to the global hunger index. India this year has been ranked 101 out of 116 countries, way below Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Pakistan. And the scale of hunger is on the rise. It is clear because the government itself has launched a scheme to provide free grains. It is now pointed out that India did not do enough to correct it. Okay, so we'll be talking about the hunger index also. We'll be picking up these things today. I'm just highlighting how we'll be going about it. Okay, तो इस आर्टिकल में आपको सिर्फ ग्लोबल हंगर इंडेक्स के बारे में पता होना चाहिए. Okay, then we move on. Donald Trump, the former president of USA, is going to launch his own social media platform. Why? Because he has been banned from social media platform himself, because he participated actively in instigating false news to create a riot at Capitol Hill. Okay, so this, he said a truth. Most of his followers blindly follow him, so whatever he will post, they will be able to access that. So the new platform that he's coming up with, the name that needs to be noted down. Then UN unveil funds for people's economy in Afghanistan. This is the international aid that is being promised. Okay, UN developmental head administrator. Okay, his name and how much aid? 58 million. That's all that needs to be noted down. Then no respect for Navalny's Sakharov Prize criminal. Russia has responded to European Union. This is a tussle that is going on between EU and Russia. Okay, over different foreign policy disputes since 2014. Their relationship has gone downhill. All right, so this is the latest. Now Alexei Navalny has become the way to whip Russia's intelligence. All right, because he was attacked, he was poisoned last year, but he got saved from it. But now, so this is part of the diplomatic tussle, and Alexei Navalny has become the sore in the eyes, right? So this is part of EU-Russia conflict. So this is one heading that you have to note down. You will note down award, Sakharov Prize, who has been given, Alexei Navalny. When has he been given? To 2021. For what has he been given? For freedom of thought. Okay, this is the two facts that you need to note down from here. Then we move on to the economic based news. So coal scarcity still a looming risk, and need for strategic reserves of coal and gas. So our coal shortage has been going on in the country. Certain power plants have not been producing coal because of high coal cost or low supplies. Okay, so we need to build a strategic reserve. That is the other fact that we know from this entire fact. Okay, that is all. Right now we don't have strategic reserves of this, so there is a demand that we should now create it. Okay, apart from this, on the sporting front, the T20 World Cup has been ongoing. So we need to note, India was supposed to host this World Cup in 2020, got postponed for a year. India is now hosting it through UAE, not in India but in UAE, but the host country remains India, even if the stadiums or the matches are being played where? In United Arab Emirates. So that is one fact that needs to be noted down. So who all will qualify? The main stage, the Super 12 of this tournament begins from Saturday onwards. All right, then 2 new IPL teams will be added, and the new broadcast deal will also come into place. Nothing to be noted down here. All right, certain other small championships also are of not importance to us. Okay, so we have to skip them. We only, in sports related news, we only focus on the big events, because that is where the question is most likely to come for us. Okay, then we move on. Continental GT 650 to make its JK National Racing Championship to be held at Kari Motor Speedway. None of this is important for us. Okay, all these news, so we can totally skip it. All right, so with this we end the newspaper for the day. All right, the big headlines from the day. Each day at the last minute I will give you a quick summary of whatever we need to do. So first is the 100 crore vaccine program, vaccines that have been administered. That becomes the big news. Then Article 19, right to freedom of protest, right to freedom of navigation. Then Article 60, EWS quota and reservation. Okay, उसके बाद the conference of parties, COP26 summit begins this year. So that is the fourth big news. Prime Minister will be participating in it. Okay, then the other news, big